There's no perfect way to live your 20s. You either live them up and become an underskilled 30-year-old, or you work them up and become an underlived 30-year-old. You just have to figure out which you'd rather be, accept the trade-offs, and know that there are no do-overs. No do-overs. No do-overs.
Put my phone on D&D, probably won't even see me for a week, maybe more, as I find what I seek. Steadfast, let me offer a peek into the mind of a guy that is searching for more than a problematic type of life, causing static, awful, tragic, lot of traffic at the edge of a knife. See every development, every skill, building up on the power of will. Every time that I cleaned up a spill, every time that I fought up a hill, took me to places so lonely, only a fraction could imagine. But I never regretted what happened, like if I had a collision when seatbelt was fastened. Who gonna be working on solving your problems? Nobody but you. Who gonna fork up the cash first of the month, man, when the rent is due? You could sit around beating yourself up, but you'll never be reaching the truth. Born alone, die alone, better swallow that pill real soon. Too many people I know need a gym buddy to go put the work in. Absent of that, the real person they are will surface when nobody's watching. That's when the true you will shine. In the dark, dead silence, conditions in which I've learned to thrive.
Hey D, where you been? Haven't seen you in weeks.
Oh, you know me, man, just taking a break from all the buzz.
Welcome back, brother. You know we're always happy to see you. What's new?
Oh, not much. Just wrote a draft for my book, ran a marathon, upgraded my studio, wrote and recorded my second album, became certified in artificial intelligence, and even befriended a wild squirrel.
Word? A wild squirrel?
Yeah, dude. His name is Oakley and he loves bananas.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, what about you?
Same old, work and stuff.
I see. Yeah, I feel that. Might fade back in the background, but I come back with a heavy push every single time. Better man than I was, like Tesla doing work outside of the spotlight in the shine, or Shakespeare, how he was gone for years. It shattered the earth with the best material that we've ever seen. God bless the return from Nas to Goggins, keeping me accountable. Here's a nod and homage. Tell you what is doubtable, that I'm not a rocket, targeted, routable, sent to the moon, traveling thousands of miles. What happens in the between? In the vacuum, cannot be heard, but I promise results will be seen. From Jocko to Huberman, Brian Johnson, you have been hired on since I have been trying long to learn from the guys that are offering science on this internet platform. Who could ask more than for freedom of info? I back yours, giving directions while I'm in the laboratory of life trying to stack more. Thankful to all of the grace that are walking the earth while I'm writing this song. Real inspirations among us, I really do hope that you're living this long. Could make a list, but it really be drawn out to the end and beyond. Thank you for keeping me strong. I'm striving to never do wrong. In the eyes of you guys, I'll be keeping it on. My life, I had to recreate it. Wasted too much time, always being faded. Problem was, I convinced myself that it was okay then. Saw the real truth in the mirror was really blatant. Yeah, it's really scary when you hate the man you see. If I was someone else, would I look up to me? Valid question here. I'm behind the wheel, but wrong directions I have steered. I lost a lot of people over 26 years. I lost a lot of spirit over 26 years. I crossed an ocean or two, felt broken, but through all of the pain and struggle, did what I was supposed to do. If I could count them up, I'd say I have like 26 years. For each of those, I probably shed like 26 tears. I cannot lie, there was a time I had no care in the world. What happened to me, man? My life was just a terrible swirl. A tornado of pain, so they can't hold me back. No prognosis available, no telling what could happen. But I got my life together, joined the Air Force as well. But without structure within me, it was doomed to go to hell. Long story short, I ended up home promptly. Fell back into old ways, nobody stopping me. All I really wanted was to get me on some drugs to numb the crisis I was living in. I wasn't done, almost went homeless for a second, that was scary. Just in time I realized that I had to start caring. Quit wasting time using my mind, thought I had it figured out, but in reality I still had to have it. Dag nabbit, climbing out the hole with the rabbit. Too close to being inside of a room that is padded. Fixing my life, the task at it, I'm stabbing. Cleaning it up, can someone pass me a napkin? Can't fix the problems I was going through alone. No, I tried, and even though I made some moves, I was prone to relapse. Prehaps I probably need to own up to my nature, accept it so I can grow. Doctor, can you help me?
Help me, your problems, we might as well see what we can do to make you healthy.
I fell deep in a depression again. This time I'm really learning my lesson, my friend. He said I got the bipolar. My mental space is up and down just like a roller coaster. A little bit of experimentation with medication has got me leveled out and steady set for the races. I wish I could say that the pills fixed all my problems, but that just wasn't the case. I still lived with demons and goblins. I gravitated back to the needles with powders and solvents, and that's a real sad fact. I needed to be honest. I had to find discipline. I know what the mission is. I cracked down on myself and started running distances. Discomfort surrounding me, voluntarily it is. Faced my biggest fears, now I'm here, what a trip. Better late than never, you can't wait for the weather to clear. Patience is clever, but hesitation will break you and steer you in the wrong directions of the goals you really needed. Sitting in comfort zone, you know I would never achieve this. Medals on my wall from doing more than what's expected. Never finished though, it's just the start of a collection. Life's a fucking crazy journey, it is what it is. What a blessing though, I done made it to 26.
Oftentimes, we stand in the way of ourselves, and in doing so, we watch the world pass us by. We are left to wonder what riches we would have acquired if we took the chances that our own hesitation never let realize.
I was young still, freshman at the wheel, still prepared to drive it on the solo. Take a photo, I'm dressing to the nines, it's the first day, shortly after my 13th birthday. Nervous for the new beginning, shaking like an earthquake. Urgently searching for the corner to where my bus will get me. Saw you standing there by yourself and wondered, who could this be? A little anxious to introduce myself, but I did. The spark for the tinder grew into a blaze when it lit. Amazingly, felt like we had opened a rift. Maybe it seems like tectonic plates when they shift, intersecting directions we became to patiently drift. As we wait for the bus, stay praying it ain't swift. The feeling of friends faded fast enough on the fields. Dreaming of you, dreading time away, and the drum of my heart beats with a sweeter cadence when you're around. Ear to my chest, played a song till sundown. See, my father never came around to show me how to be confident. I commend every parent thinking about preparing the children to try to seize every opportunity. I didn't have the guts to tell you how I really felt. A challenge greater than I kept my life perpetual and balanced. Sat around for you to make a move. Honestly, if I had only knew. Finally, I got my wits about me. What I had to do to get the grip for this, a mouthpiece. Wouldn't save face from the blow of rejection. Walking up to you, all my thoughts were collected. Heart throbbing, every breath was empty. Before I could get it out, a message you had to send me. Worse than any stretch of my imagination. Said you started seeing that other boy named Jason. Said he was tailor-made for you, he's team captain. And I'm on the bleachers, let me tell you what happened. Heart crumbled before me, aortic valve snapping. Said I was happy for you, the fakest form of passion. The bell rang for class, so quickly we went our own ways. Honestly, the numbness came quick, I felt no pain. But then I saw the way he treated you, and you would try to hide it, covering the bruises with makeup. My anger was ignited, used to dream of loving you, but lately been dreaming of fighting. Put me in the ring, I'll go animalistic Tyson. A week spent ruminating on how to get him away from you, impatiently stewing until I grew into a man capable of making a move. I finally found it, confronting the man himself. At the time it sounded incredible. I find his neck and wrap my hands around it. Quick Google search just to find out where his house is. Couple miles from mine, so I head out IPA. What I'm gonna do in my mind on replay. Now I see his place, but it's surrounded by polices. Quick to turn around, of that I want no pieces. Had to figure out what it's about. I hit the news, wasn't prepared for what I saw. It was his face next to you, it said tragic teen murder. It had to be a dream until I woke up the next day. Your mom had called me. She said she had a thing from you to me. There was a note in it, collected dust, sitting for a while. I couldn't open it, but when I finally did, the contents took my broken bits and glued them back together all crooked, but there's hope in it. Said Johnny, I always knew you were special since the bus stop. Waited for you to make a move, but something was off. I got with Jason when he asked, but now I feel afraid that something bad is gonna happen, and I wanna run away. Only a few months till graduation. After, will you take me to a place where we can be together? I feel like that is destiny. After reading that, I walked around in a trance, wondering what would have happened if I only took the chance. If I only took the chance. If I only took the chance.
The evolution of a well-made man is often a story riddled with hardship. When one finds themselves at the end of a road, they are left with two options: stop moving or blaze a new trail. There is no guarantee that this exploration of fresh territory is one that comes without immense obstacles. In fact, it is almost certain to be adverse. On the other end, however, will always be a development of mind.
Bias beats, make it funky.
Never stop investing in yourself, getting stronger, learning more things. You'll never regret time you spent getting better.
I reinvented myself about a dozen times. Let me tell you about the evolution with a bunch of rhymes. See, in the beginning it was innocent, in all fairness, probably manufactured by the lack of self-awareness. I was a smart kid, they put me in gifted classes, facing my books, focused on academics, always passing every test, first letter of the alphabet. High IQ, yeah, I did it all without a sweat. Cool cat, it was the curiosity that killed me. Had a couple buddies smoking weed and thought it would fulfill me. Gave it a try, took a couple puffs, and then my brain really changed. Now I feel like I'm stuck in the dope game. My circle turned from nerds to stoners into criminals. My goals went from complex to simple, yo. The deeper I dove, the more I felt like I was missing something. Looked in the mirror and I saw that I was simply fronting. People always talking about self-love. You ask me, you gotta earn it. What about self-disappointment? That's where the real change happens. Get real. I simply knew that I was destined for a bigger future. Took my hand off the bong and turned off the computer. A change in lifestyle's part of maturity, son. Stuck the same way forever's never gonna get you none. But understand that progress isn't always linear, and hard pushes are not always gonna send you up. See, for example, I had joined the military just to get my shit together, and I did, but really scary is the fact that I returned to old ways, or even worse. Post-contract, the worst of me had really re-emerged. Went through hell another time until I found a couple guys. Made me see what I could do, setting my eyes up to the sky. That is where the limit is. You can say that bit again. That is where the limit is. Get it until you're killing it. Couple years later, I got medals on my wall. Now I can't unbelieve in myself after it all. I think I'm ready to move and do better than this, but all my peers are in the game, it's hard to resist. Hanging back just so I could have a social circle, but at the end of the line, is it really worth it? Besides, people are replaceable. Well, not really, but the problem is they take a toll on you. And what more do you have left to give? Create a man that is allergic to the pestilence.
I'm going crazy, I don't know what I should do. I keep dipping, but you stick to me like glue. Try to listen, but all that keep coming. I'm going crazy, I'm going crazy, going crazy, I'm going crazy.
I found a new persona, maybe you can't relate. We used to settle on the facts, wasn't it great? We had a lot in common, but now we really don't. I'm breaking free, I really hope you find a way to cope. But now you treat me like I really lost my damn mind. Maybe I discovered something you can't find, and now you wonder what kind of disorder I've got. Funny little joke of yours, you're missing the divine plot. See, I was born to be great, most people really aren't. You might be in the category if you're feeling haunted by my words and actions. You sitting back relaxing while I'm hustling. It's fortunate I found a passion. They almost treat me like a villain, but they really jealous of the way I'm killing and I'm drilling them. Like, howdy fellas, I hit a new personal record, I learned a new thing. They say quit bragging, but to the table, what did you bring?
I'm going crazy, I don't know what I should do. I keep dipping, but you stick to me like glue. Try to listen, but all that keep coming. I'm going crazy, I'm going crazy, going crazy, I'm going crazy.
Man, DJ got clean, he ain't fun no more. Why don't you come have a drink? What you stuck up for? Sorry, I just realized that my days are counting down. Maybe one day I'll decide to come back and be a clown, but for now I got a future, and the only way to get there, utilize the hours that I got. It's a bit rare, and that is why only some people make it. A life won't fall into your hands, you must create. See, I visualize myself on stage, looking out to the crowd, seeing every person's face as they hear the sound of my voice, creating inspiration to the masses. How do I get there? Sitting round drinking out some glass. They say if you wanna go far, go together, but if most of you's dead weight, how's it any better than if I just go alone? Hey, we just may see whether it works. Maybe I'm crazy.
I'm going crazy, I don't know what I should do. I keep dipping, but you stick to me like glue. Try to listen, but all that keep coming. I'm going crazy, I'm going crazy, going crazy, I'm going crazy.
See, I've always been different, now more than ever for sure, and some of these people around me got me feeling like I'm going crazy. But I don't see them making the leaps and bounds I'm making, so maybe I'm not crazy. Maybe you just don't understand me, and that's okay. You live your life, and I'll live mine. Listening, you got limited time here on Earth. If you're lucky, you get 100 years. Most of us won't come close, but you gotta ask yourself, What do you want to do with this time? What do you want to accomplish? Who do you want to be? Matter of fact, you in the wrong habitat, I've been telling you that. Sparks will be flying whenever I snap. Pay attention cause I'm clever on tracks. Every word is uttered on purpose, with the thought or a feeling, don't know what you heard, but this is a hearse for any who surface to ruin my name. You cannot do what I do. 2 feet, I put 2 in the game. Never be losing my focus, I bolt to the finish, my name is Usain. If rap was a sport, I would be an Olympian. Gold medals on my neck, feeling villainous. Gold pedal on the floor till a million. Hit my bank account, I stack to the ceiling. It's mind-boggling how I got it. The divine God is in my name. Cause I fight often with the right options. I'm so high, I ought to be the flame. That'll ring like to the coldest of winters. No more will you shiver whenever you crave. It's a delight when I come to deliver the heat you consider the greatest of great. Undeniable, people wanna get it how I got it. But the discipline really is the reason for deposits. And the mission is top priority, gotta top the majority. Shouldn't be hard, you just a bottle rocket. I'm Apollo adventure, into the unknown. Things that I've been through, running from gun smoke. Every single thing that would've killed me as a teen if I never looked around and decided I was done though. Cause I eat right, I lift weights, I run too, I live my life well. Now how about you? Get off of that couch, go lace up them shoes. You play your cards right, you might be like, who would have thought that this would be my life? Super nice to feel good, productive, I move like never before. I'm feeling so new, you set your sights high and steady, aim, shoot. A lot of you dudes are kinda people. You kinda want this, you kinda wanna do that. Well, I'll tell you what, with that attitude, you'll kinda get it. Then there are those of us that think in absolutes. There's no other option, no obstacle that can't be overcome. The mind is the energy source, divinely meant to be more. The grind's an infinite door to the finding of riches endorsed by the highest of victories. Glory, it's mine and it can be yours. But the mind that's within you is torn and divided by which that is born from the crimes of your wickedest storms and entwined with a victim type core. Sit back and watch as the weak men fumble the bag, crumble under the pressure of what you almost had. It's a bit much to imagine riches with imposter syndrome. Push those thoughts to the side, my clock ticks down. Too many people settle for mediocrity. Wasted potential as far as the eye can see. No decisive potential because it's all in the mental. Greatness is within you, you don't know what all you can do. Social media hijacked your dopamine systems. Hope your brain is broken, now you don't know how to get through a single minor challenge without getting stressed out. Borderline experience, a major mental breakdown. Challenging yourself is hard, but life is hard regardless. You can set the target, or you could be the target. For casinos, dealing back cards to the shakiest hands. You can fold, of course, but you'll never be the man that you know you could have been if you didn't waste your time with the games and distractions, the dames that didn't have none. Be alone and bored, that's the time that's valuable. The man with the face in the phone, now that's a fool. What's he gonna think on his deathbed when he ain't do shit in his whole life? Working at Walmart for 30 years with a lame ass wife, cause he never fixed himself enough to deserve the one he wanted. How trife.
You got money on the mind, momentary highs. I'm over here just trying to have a good time. You want all the shiny rings, the temporary things. All I'm saying is, do you ever get bored of wanting more? I wonder what it's for. You got money on the mind, the momentary highs. I'm just trying to have a good time.
Obsessed with numbers, trying to stack it up incessantly. Have to admit, when I was stressed, it got the best of me. I thought if I got more than all the panicking would vanish in an instant, and then I'd be firing on every piston. But that ain't the truth, I found it out the hard way. Came into independence, then I found that my dreams aren't made from the printer press. Since then I resent the mess I made along the way, and I've been wondering, what is success? If all the time I spent chasing the bag was allocated differently, what would the mission be? A mystery, it's twisting these trains of thoughts. The bane has taught me distancing myself from all the histamines, allergies from this machine. But now what? I got my own place, a nice car, shiny things and diamond rings, but really what's to fight for? Now I've gotta refocus my life and try to find a different truth, cause all this time I've had money up on my mind.
You got money on the mind, momentary highs. I'm over here just trying to have a good time. You want all the shiny rings, the temporary things. All I'm saying is, do you ever get bored of wanting more? I wonder what it's for. You got money on the mind, the momentary highs. I'm just trying to have a good time.
It's just a number, just a piece of paper, listen clearly, sincerely, it's a distraction, one that severely pollutes your vision, clouding up a path of truer living. Money hungry is a relatively new condition. We must find happiness without it, reach within ourselves to seek a smile for once without the whistles and the bells. I found a couple problems with my personality. Looked at myself and I could see negative gravity. Focused on being a better partner and better friend. Focused on health and started seeing a positive trend. But I'm not perfect, I've still got a longer way to go. And long as I'm not always thinking about the money flow. See, all the superficial chasing ain't gon' matter when I'm dead. What's gonna matter is the things I've done and everything I've said to others. Net worth is not a number you can see. I live my life thinking about who's gonna write my eulogy.
You got money on the mind, momentary highs. I'm over here just trying to have a good time. You want all the shiny rings, temporary things. All I'm saying is, do you ever get bored of wanting more? Or wonder what it's for? You got money on the mind, the momentary highs. I'm just trying to have a good time. I'm just trying to have a good time. I'm just trying to have a good time.
I don't care how heavy your safe is. Attach yourself to it and see how well you float. See, life is a vast sea that's gonna try and drown you. Become a stronger swimmer, strong enough to save yourself and others. That's priority one. It took me so long to figure that out, but all it took was asking the right questions, pointing my energy away from the flow of average.